Especially Coke.
See?
I like Coke so much.
Oh, we'll do a gift card, Starbucks gift card?
See.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, welcome to Good Day Chula Vista, our show number 18. Yay! Thank you. We're very excited because we're going to learn so much today. I'm very excited that I finally convinced Stephanie to come with us, and she's a loan officer. So first I was trying to bring her over as a loan officer, and she's like, no, I'm not ready. I think the show was too new at the beginning. But this is totally her comfort zone, I would say, right? You've been doing this for a while. So today we're talking about eating organic, healthy eating. And here in this world nowadays, it's hard to do that. So welcome, Stephanie Puente.
Thank you.
She's also a mortgage loan officer with Point Mortgage here in Chula Vista. Well, actually, her office is in La Mesa, but corporate office is here in Chula Vista.
Correct.
So before we start the show, let's ask everyone to share this video to their page. Do you want to share it on your phone to your page?
I think I have Jennifer doing that.
She's doing
So
that?
on it
Okay,
right now.
great. Thank you, Jennifer. So everybody, please help us by sharing this video to your personal page so everybody can see it. Make a comment, participate. If you have it, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions. Feel free. We'll ask Stephanie right now that she's here. And then we're going to do a drawing at the end of the show, and we'll have a Starbucks gift card today. Okay? So, Stephanie, thank you for coming.
Thank you for bringing me on.
And now, tell me about you.
I'm married, 18 years this month.
She's married, okay? Taken already.
I have 3 boys. I have a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 25-year-old. He's my stepson. He's a little chef, trying to get him to go towards organic.
Oh, wow.
Let me see, what else about me? I'm 37. You know, I've been doing loans for 18 years. I do government loans. So I try to help my people.
I know you guys don't make a lot of money on those loans.
No. So a lot of people think we do, but we don't.
Yeah.
So we do the first loan at Point Mortgage, and then the second we do with assistance from like the county, the city, you know, Cali Chefe. So they don't make as much money, but you know, we live off referrals, and our clients are always referring us to people, and those loans help people have payments that are cheaper than the rents.
Yes. You know, and I think by doing that for the community, for the people, it always comes back some other way. You always get paid in a different way.
It's good karma.
Yes, good karma.
Yes.
So have you been here in Chula Vista, in this area in South Bay, all your life?
I was in Los Angeles until I was 6, lived in Tijuana till I was 19, got married at 20, and I've been over here my whole life.
Oh, what part of Tijuana?
Por el Canal 12.
Oh,
La
okay.
Juárez.
La Juárez, yeah. They have the best view of Tijuana.
Yes, we have
right?
a nice view. I miss TJ. It's nice over there.
You can move back.
I'm good where I'm at now.
Just kidding. And then, so tell me about what got you started into eating healthy, because I know you have a beautiful story, so share it with us.
Well, my little boy, my youngest one, Jovan, is 10. He was diagnosed with autism when he was 1.1, a year and 8 months.
A year now, okay.
Yeah,
Almost
I
2.
knew he was autistic when he got his vaccinations.
How did you know?
He just stopped like focusing. Like you would do this and he just wouldn't react. He was walking, he was like, you know, he was great. He was calling me mommy, he was calling my husband daddy at 7 months.
Wow.
So he was like on it. I have pictures where he had great eye contact, and he was, you know, he was perfect. And then when everybody was talking about controversial vaccinations, don't vaccinate, back then in 2007, I was naive. I ate horrible. You know, I didn't know anything about food. You know, tacos, McDonald's,
Tacos
you
al
know,
gordo.
Jack in the Box, just bad foods. And my whole pregnancy, you know, tostilocos, takis, all that bad food, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I was hurting my baby, you know, so I don't think my immune system was very strong when I got pregnant, so that probably didn't help. And then when I had my baby and he got older, and then we gave him the MMR, I pushed it out, but I got kind of bullied by the doctors because they were telling me if my child got sick, you know, and he got someone else sick and that child, you know, something happened to them, I could be put in jail for it. I thought that was just completely bullying, scared me, so I vaccinated my child, and then I saw that he just went downhill. He had a fever, and that was it. And so I fought, you know, I wanted to know what autism was. Nobody really knew about it. They thought it was a retardation. You know, it wasn't. I struggled. And then after he was diagnosed, like when he was around 3, I started reading up on foods, and I started making him green juices. But I did things wrong. I would go buy those naked juices at the store. Tons of sugar. You read the ingredients on food, and when you see the back of it, it's when you just open your eyes and you're like, what am I eating?
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
So you were drinking all those juices at that time and giving them to him?
Yeah. So my ignorance, you know, my son had a bad palate. Children with autism are usually always wanting to eat one thing. I always hear mothers saying, my kid will only eat French fries. He'll only eat chicken nuggets. He'll only, you know.
Yeah.
That's because their palate is so used to that sugar that their body craves it. So I had to literally clean my son's like body out. But the only way for me to help him was helping myself first. Right. So I knew how to make the change with me. So I started following this chemist/doctor that healed her daughter from autism. She started juicing. And I thought it was interesting. And then I started reading up on what greens do.
Right.
I was thinking like cilantro, parsley, this and that.
Yeah,
you know?
that's green.
That's, you know, and then I thought, what is it? Well, when you start Googling, like, what's cilantro? Oh, it cleans out the kidneys. What's parsley? Oh, that cleans out the liver and blah. And then you're like, oh my God, our food like heals us.
Yeah.
And, you know, I started just getting obsessed and wanting to learn more until one day I'm extremist. I went into my kitchen and I just like went into my pantry and I like
cleaned everything up,
threw everything away in the trash can, and I told everybody in the house, like, we're done. We're gonna heal Jovan from autism, and we're all gonna eat the same because it's not fair for him to watch us eat other stuff, and we're all gonna be healthy. And I told my husband, and we need to live a long life because we need to heal our son and be there for both of them, all 3 of them.
Right.
So.
Wow. So that probably took a lot of effort.
Yes,
cleaning everything and then changing all your lifestyle. It's not just your eating, it changes everything, right?
We got criticized, you know, because we didn't go to all the carne asadas anymore, or the parties or the birthday parties. They thought I was crazy. But see, no one ever knows what you live, you know, when they're not in your shoes.
Right.
So, you know, I prayed a lot. I believe in God, and, you know, I feel like he guided me every time I would ask for help. And I feel like, you know, Jovan came to me for a reason, and I know that this all happened for a reason. And when I think that if he wouldn't have been autistic, where would I be now?
Right. Maybe he came to save
cancer.
you. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you think you're saving him, but it's the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely.
He's an angel. So that's the reason that you started eating healthy. It was because of him, to help him out.
Yes.
With the autism.
Because I wanted to heal him.
So do you believe that eating healthier, it could help all the kids with autism out there?
Oh yeah, and it's not just autism, it's ADD, ADHD, it's MS, it's schizophrenia, it's dementia, it's heart disease, high cholesterol. All these diseases are all autoimmune diseases. So everything starts in the gut. Nobody knows the gut. Everybody's like, what's the gut? They think it's just your stomach. You're like, no. You know, your gut is the second brain. So I don't know if you guys ever feel like when you have a bad feeling and you say,
my gut feeling is telling me not to.
Well, because you really have a brain, and it's proven. Like your neurons connect in your gut to your brain. Wow. And you have neurons here too. So when you have bad bacteria in your gut, and you're feeding it sugar, Coca-Cola, and all that stuff, it releases these toxins that go to your brain and give you migraines, make you feel tired.
Like I was addicted to Coke. I wanted Coke, the soda. And I would always get migraines. Like every week I would get a migraine.
That's the worst thing. So that bacteria is pretty much just intoxicating you. And then we have fungus, we have parasites. You know, people don't do colon cleanses. We have colons that are backed up with foods and medicines from 20 to 30 years ago.
Oh my God.
So when you don't release that, that stays in your colon, and a lot of men get colon cancer.
Right.
You know, so it's so important. I always tell people, educate yourself. You don't have to listen to what I'm telling you. All you have to do is research it, because that's all I did. I'm not a doctor,
Right.
You know, I just researched it.
It's amazing because ever since I started talking to you and started following the blog and eating healthier, I mean, like you said, it's baby steps. I'm not extremist like you were. You know, some people are like that.
Well,
I'm not.
because of my son.
Right.
That was why.
That was like, yeah, you had passion for that. And to me, it's like little steps, but I can tell you I haven't had a migraine since then, which is, to me, that's amazing, because I was getting the acupuncture for that to help, but I would still get them. And I haven't had a migraine since then, which is, you know, I could be useless for 2 days when I have a migraine.
Oh yeah, we don't work well.
You can't function when you have a migraine. So I'm a living proof that it's true. That's the only thing that I've changed, just what I've been eating. And I'm only taking it step by step. I'm not even there yet. You know, I still eat fast food sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now when I do it, I'm so conscious. I'm like,
You grow conscience. You're like, what am I
like,
doing?
Oh my God, Faby, is there really nothing else around here that you have to eat this right now? But, you know, I'm getting home and I eating my
Preparing.
detox tea and
That's good.
the green juice, doing something else to clean it up. So what is the easiest thing to change for people in their eating habits?
You know what? Not eating out. Saves you money. It's actually really cheap to be healthy. It's hilarious. It really is. You can even grow your own food. You can even, when you cut the celery, you know, you can grab the bottom part, grow it in water, and go plant it in your garden. I have like 10 things of celery in my garden right now that I just got scraps from.
So we
'Cause
throw
they're
it away, so
organic.
you just put it. Oh yeah, because you know what? It actually has a little bit of roots when you buy it.
Yes, so it's hilarious, you know. I think that when people stop eating out and they eat at home, it unites you with your family, you cook together, and then when you start eating better, it changes your palate.
Yeah.
To the point where you don't find the things you used to enjoy the same anymore.
Yes.
My boys,
You don't crave it.
pure vegetables. My boys eat pure vegetables. Everyone says they're weird. No, because I cleaned them out.
Yeah.
Every
They're used to it.
morning it's juices. I drink 4 juices a day. So I'm a juice junkie because I feel good, you know?
You're eating healthy food. You just put it in a juice.
I do.
It's
My
a convenient
office
way to
too.
do it.
I mean, I think it's important to just make yourself a green juice. So if you are hungry, right, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Go to Sprouts, bring your Vitamix to work, go buy some coloreds, go buy some spinach, go buy some celery, turmeric, ginger, cilantro, parsley. What else? Like a pineapple, cucumbers, green
make it
apples.
sweet.
Yeah, blend it. Grab a gallon of like 1 gallon of plastic BPA free, because you don't want chemicals in your juice.
Right?
Fill it up, put it in the fridge, drink that the whole day. You will be full
The whole day.
the whole day, and you can hard-boiled eggs, hummus, carrots, celery.
For protein.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that if you buy things and you make it, that's how you can control what you put in your mouth.
Because you have it right there
Yes,
available.
you can't trust when someone makes something for you what they put in your food.
Yeah. You
You
think
know?
it's healthy. Remember when I was texting you those pictures? Like, well, I got some cheese that is not cheese. And you're like, okay, let me see the back of that.
I know, I always tell people, read the ingredients. If you don't understand an ingredient,
Even
that means it's
plastic
bad for
in
you.
there. It was some-
Wax. I mean,
Yeah.
the ingredients are soy. Oh my God, soy drives me nuts. Soy is the worst thing anybody can take.
Really?
No soy. Soy's bad, 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 bad. You know, almonds. Don't buy almond milk. It's got carrageenan. That's like a huge chemical. So if you buy your own almonds and soak them in water, you can make your own almond milk,
Right.
and it tastes better.
So when you make that green juice, how many days is it good for? Let's say you do it this morning and you put it in that gallon. Is it only good for 1 day?
So anytime you blend greens, it's got an ORAC value. ORAC value means the moment you pulled it from the ground.
Okay.
So the life force leaves it day by day. So your first day, it probably lost 25% of its potential vitamin intake.
okay.
The second 50. So by the time it gets to you, I call it dead food. It's
So
not
you
really
want to
giving
drink
you
it the
nutrients.
first day.
You want to. So when you blend it, drink it that day.
Yeah.
You know, have a routine down before you go to bed, blend it that night, take it to work tomorrow, and just drink it the whole
The
day.
whole day. So you get the most vitamins.
Yeah.
So what is the worst thing we can eat?
Processed foods that are not real. Twinkies is an example. Twinkies, you can leave them outside and the ants will walk around them. Candy.
I know. I see some of this candy and some food that are good for like 10 years.
Oh yeah, and they're
I'm like, how
loaded
could they
with
be
chemicals.
good for 10 years?
And it's really sad because we're all being slowly poisoned by the food that we consume.
Yeah.
All the chemicals that are in there, everything's in a can or in a box. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Our grandparents grew up with chickens, and gardens, and they made tortillas fresh,
Right.
and everything. When I was little, I grew up like that, or in the house of my grandma. Let's say I'd go visit her, and I knew she had roosters and chickens, and I always
Everything
thought,
was organic.
yeah, that's why they live so long. But now the average lifespan of a person is 65, 70,
Yeah.
and then they're getting sick in their 40s, and then they're dying early, and they're being, they're getting super sick, and it's a horrible way to live.
Yeah. So let's say you're out, like, being realistic, for some of us, it's hard to stay home and cook or like do all that at work. I mean, when we're not at work. So we need to get out and buy. So what are the places that you recommend?
I only shop at Sprouts. I try to find out where the farmers markets are at. I think here in Chula Vista on Tuesdays, they have it at the Otay Ranch Mall. I think on Fridays by my office in La Mesa. I think on Sundays it's in Hillcrest. So I always tell people, try to find out where there's a farmers market close to you and go buy your stuff there.
Yeah.
It's really cool because they also sell food there.
Right.
And a lot of people there make the food, and it's a lot better than going to a store. If you're going to go to a store, try to go somewhere where it's organic. Luna Grill, True Foods in Fashion Valley, The Mission, The Great Maple, all the farm to table places. There's a little hidden place called Nate's Grill off of Home Avenue, and it's called City Farmers, and they have their own farm, and it's self-sufficient. They grab the food from there and they cook it in that little
Wow.
restaurant. And the food is amazing, and you can take your family and take them to go see the animals, the goats,
Where's that
the
at?
chickens. Off of Home Avenue. It's called City Farmers, and it's
City Farmers.
and it's like 5 acres, and nobody knows about it.
Right.
So
Like,
it's
no,
pretty cool.
not a lot of people. When you told me you had a goat, I was like, where does she live?
I know. Well, one of my loan officers has my goats for me because we're building the pen in the back right now, but he got me onto it, and he's always had goats.
So why did you get a goat?
Because I heard the milk tasted good, so I wanted to try it. Plus, goat milk has really good bacteria, so it's very good for you. So you can consume it if you own your own goat, Of course, you want to pasteurize it, so you don't want to get, you don't want to
Get sick.
Now, it just depends. You can look that information up on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can make cheese. You can
Make your own.
yogurt. I ferment my milk kefirs. In Spanish, they're called búlgaros. Grandparents used to have them. And you can make your own probiotic. So you can make probiotics out of dairy, or you can make probiotics out of clear waters like kombuchas or water kefirs or coconut kefirs. And they also have their own grains.
So you make that, right? Because I know I have the probiotics that I buy at Costco, the live ones.
So those are not real. I don't
They're not.
believe in probiotics in bottles.
Okay. So
So-
you create like the natural ones.
So it's the
live
real
ones.
thing. You're really making it with real substances, and you're fermenting it, and a probiotic will literally clean out your gut. So a probiotic will go into your gut and it will start reestablishing good bacteria. We are so intoxicated that our whole body is run with bad bacteria. So
Yeah.
maybe we have 75%, 85% bad bacteria, and the rest is good. So when you have bad bacteria, that causes diseases.
Yeah.
So you get sick.
Anxiety. We're like lactose intolerant. We're like intolerant to many other things too. I think it's because all this stuff we put in our system.
Lactose intolerance probably because the milk in the stores is not real. Like it has hormones injected into it. Even when it's organic, they still put stuff in it. So it's that thing where you can't control what you put in your mouth when you buy it at a store.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful. So if you are very sensitive to milk, don't drink it at the store. Make your own almond milk.
Yeah.
You have the power of making your own things. It's not time consuming. It's just, putting yourself on a path where you can organize yourself to do it. And instead of going and watching TV for an hour, like your favorite show, you can just go to the kitchen and prep something for the next day and feel good all day.
You know what? You do feel good once you start eating healthier.
Totally.
Definitely. So, how can we help our kids eat better?
Well, it starts with us. We can't help our kids if we don't change first.
I'm having a tough time with my son. Like, when we were talking about the milk, I was remembering when my kids were little, I never wanted to give them any antibiotics because I remember we used to take antibiotics for, we're from Tijuana and that's how it's used in Mexico. And you get, tienes tos, let's get rid of it in one day.
Penicillin.
One day, like, oh my God. And then when my kids were born and I would bring them here, I remember the pediatrician would say, no, it's just a cold. Just give him Tylenol and he'll get over it. But then he would be with mocos the whole week and crying with the headache and fever. And then my mom would be like, just take him to TJ. And I would be, no, the doctor said he's going to be fine. He doesn't have it like a real infection. He's going to be fine. So then, a few days later, he would be fine. But yeah, he went through that hard stage to heal. But then they never got sick again.
Well, that's called detoxification, and our doctors don't talk to us about that. So you need to detoxify. Do you know that fevers are created in Europe to kill viruses?
Oh, really?
Because when you have a fever in your body, it
Your system is
automatically is fighting that bad bacteria. Antibiotics kill the good bacteria in your gut. They're really bad for you. You should only consume them like if you really need them. But if you have mocos and this and that, it's your body
cleaning
releasing
out
itself, and then you take something and you stop it and you keep it inside. Well, what is happening? You're just congesting your body instead of letting it go out. Obviously monitoring a fever is important. Making sure you're there and that it doesn't go too high. But usually homeopathic doctors will lead you on the right path and they'll be there with you and on the phone, and they'll tell you like when to have to administer something. And a big recommendation I do give a lot of parents is don't give Tylenol, give ibuprofen. Tylenol has been the worst thing for children. There's been huge articles. It's on my blog too. It talks about what Tylenol does to you.
What is the name of your blog?
It's jovansjourney.com.
jovansjourney.com. When I was reading about the milk, I saw all the antibiotics they're giving to these cows. I'm like, okay, so here I am not taking any antibiotics, but then I'm drinking the milk.
Yeah, and people don't know that. The cows right now have holes in their guts with bags that cause pollution in our atmosphere, and we're going to the store and we're buying that milk, and we're asking them to keep doing that. So it's like we're torturing ourselves, but we don't know. People are just ignorant. They don't think, where did that come from? They just go to the store and buy it.
You know what? And all the information is out there. It's not hidden. It's just nobody does the research. We just see the commercials on TV and we think that's what it is. Like, we don't really go and research what's really.
Well, people are asleep, in my opinion. People are thinking about what they're going to do on the weekend.
Yeah.
What's the next thing? They're not thinking about, how can I feel better? Because when you're tired and you have migraines and you feel sick, your body's telling you something and you have to fix it.
Yeah. And then you can't really do anything on the weekend anyways if you're going to be sick.
Right? You're just going to go out, then you're going to be like, I'm tired, I'm going home.
Exactly. So, okay. So the problem right now that I'm having with this, I'm eating better, and I'm sure some of the people probably have the same problem I have a 21-year-old son at home. Of course, he's like, Mom, bring real milk. I don't like this milk. I'm like, just drink it. It's fine. It's organic. And he's like, can you just bring real milk? I'm like, okay, the one with pus? And he's like, yes, that one. I want that one. So I try to make it as gross as possible. So what I started doing, I started only bringing organic chips, and just little by little. But what do you think is the easiest way besides just going all in?
Well, they do sell a raw cow's milk at Sprouts. It's certified there. It's more expensive. The gallon's $20.
Yeah.
If he really wants to drink that milk, you can buy that for him. If you're going to buy something at a store that's bad, I always say pick the lesser evil. Look for things that don't have that many ingredients. When you can look at something that has maybe 4 or 5 ingredients, they're not that great, you're not poisoning yourself as much.
Right.
Versus, let's say, a bag of Doritos that's actually fake food, dead food. It doesn't do nothing for you.
Right.
It just makes you feel good when you eat it. Versus a bag of chips that maybe are organic and maybe they were made with potatoes and salt and blah, blah, blah. And it's got 4 or 5 different ingredients and you can eat that.
Healthier than the other one, less bad than the other one.
So you can do stuff like that when you go to the stores. Just always read what's in the ingredients, and pick that stuff, and then try to get him to drink 2 juices a day, or maybe 1, and then add to 2, because then his palate will start changing and he'll start craving healthier food.
It's true. I used to crave the those tacos by Revolucion. What is it? What are they? Birria. Oh my God, I used to crave them, Stephanie, like the birria tacos with the cheese. Even though I'm lactose intolerant, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my lactate so I can eat them. I haven't craved them, honestly. And every time, like, I thought about it once because I was driving by there and I wasn't even craving them. I just saw the store and I was like, do you really want them? I'm like, no, I'll just make something else when I get home. And it's true. Like, your palate changes. You don't crave those things anymore.
And you grow conscience. You're like, oh, I'm going to eat that. I'm going to feel so sick afterwards.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't think it's worth it. You just don't do it anymore.
I did buy McDonald's French fries the other day.
Oh, God. Don't even tell me that. That's so bad for you.
I was craving the salt. I'm like, can you give it to
So-
me with extra salt? And I'm not going to post it on Facebook.
Like, if you want French fries, go to like In-N-Out or
Yeah. Are
Smash
those healthier?
Burger. They're, I mean, it's not that it's healthier. It's just doesn't. It's not fake like McDonald's.
Yeah, these are like frozen for how long, right?
Well, they're not even real. They're
not-
so punched up with toxins that your body can't even break it down. It's like top ramen. Top ramen takes 8 to 10 hours to digest.
Wow.
So top ramen's like evil food. That's like plastic. It's like you're chewing on plastic.
Yeah. So 8 hours to digest that. Definitely, guys, we need to start eating healthier. And so, okay, so we went over all these questions. So, how do we know it's organic or good for us?
Well, when you buy something like at the farmer's market and you wait a day or two and it starts rotting,
Yeah.
it has no pesticides. Now, there's foods that have pesticides and they're could be organic because they just sprayed it with something. But then you have foods that are GMO. GMO is a fake seed that's grown that does not reproduce again. And that's supposedly to feed like the hunger in the world, which is a lie. That's Monsanto. Monsanto is the owner of Roundup. Roundup is a weed killer that they put on our foods and they spray our farms with, and we eat it because it's cheaper.
Wow.
So they're slowly, we're getting poisoned by eating this and that, So when you see something that says non-organic, it's probably an apple that it was genetically modified versus an apple that was naturally grown. Sometimes it can have pesticide residue because they want to get the insects and stuff off
Right.
of it. And you can like wash it with vinegar or baking soda in the sink.
Okay.
Cleaning out like all the chemicals in your house, like the Clorox, the cleaners, all of that is super crucial too, because you're going to eat healthy, but then you've got all these environmental toxins in your kitchen, that you're just going to be, smelling, and then
Right.
you intoxicate yourself,
That's true. That with the organic food, I noticed that, it goes bad quicker. Like I've learned that because I'm barely learning, and I usually buy the bread, and it's good for like 2 weeks. So I bought the bread, and I was like, oh my God, it's bad. So now I'm buying smaller packages because it's only me and Carlos. So even though everything is more expensive, I buy less, and I'm not wasting as much, because before it was like, oh, it's only $2. It's okay if it goes bad. But now it's like, okay, hold on, this was $10. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go bad. I put it in the fridge. So it's more expensive, but I think you still spend the same amount of money because you're not wasting as much just because you're
not going to the doctor as much. So
I'm not buying Advil for migraine or going to the acupuncturist for those sessions. Yeah,
expensive.
It's true. So then that's how you know that it's organic, and then you read the labels, because a lot of times it says organic, but I don't think like some of the stuff just doesn't.
It
they
depends
have too many
where.
ingredients.
Yeah, like if I go to, I really am not a big Vaughn's or Ralph's or Albertsons type of person. I never go there. To me, when they say it's organic, or even Costco, a lot of people are like, I bought this stuff at Costco, it's organic. I'm like, it's not organic, because they have articles where they say, oh, this was sold so expensive and they said it was organic. It's not organic, so the only way you can really start looking into things that are truly organic is by going to your farmers markets.
Right.
Because you can talk to the farmer, and then the farmer will sometimes tell you, hey, I've got my farm over here and I can send you a box of the stuff, and then they pull it out of the ground and 2 days later it's on your doorstep. So that's amazing, because that they grew that, and then you're
Right.
supporting them to
By
help them open up
buying
more
from them.
farms. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a lot of farms here in San Diego?
Tons. You
Is there a way a place they can go to and find out, like online?
It would be better just to go to your farmers markets and go talk to the people that are selling the fruits and the vegetables, and
will tell you.
connect you with everybody. There's even places that are making bone broth. Bone broth is something you can make at home, which kills bacteria, Super good for you.
Oh, really?
Natural collagen.
The bone broth. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's the most amazing thing. I give that to my son every day.
They have it at Whole Foods. I think I've seen that.
They do. And it's very expensive. So if you go buy the bones with the bone marrow and make it yourself, I have a video of it on Jovan's Journey. It is something that's super beneficial to your gut and to your well-being. So it's something to look into too.
I'm going to. Yeah, I saw them there. They had it on, like, they were expensive. I'm like, hey, these are like 25 cents at the other store.
You can make like a month's supply of it, and you know, you probably spend $75 on it with vegetables and everything, and then you've got bone broth every day. You
Yeah.
can drink a cup of it
Every
and
day.
It's super good for you.
Yeah, and it's good, tasty too.
Yes, it is.
All right. So I think we got a lot of tips, and we don't want to scare anyone. Obviously, we're all, you know, owners of our own bodies, but I really think that it's made a difference in me, and I've only been doing this for, I think, like 3 months, or yeah, like around 3 months. But I don't know, I never knew that about you. You know, I've always known you as our lender. So when you started saying that, I'm like, she's just saying that. And then I started digging more, and you're like, no, I have a blog. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go into that blog. I was like, oh my God, she's for reals. You're always just so easygoing that I didn't know you were so extreme about that.
Well, it's my baby. You know,
your whole family.
Oh yeah, we all. You know, our whole family's changed just because of him. You know,
Yeah.
and our lives really changed 2 years ago when I met these doctors at Autism One, and they are like the most amazing doctors. One's named Marco Ruggiero, and the other one's Heinz Reimold. They are the most amazing doctors. They have protocols, and they just help you a lot and teach you like what's going on with your gut. And then my son's got his own doctor that we go to, and then he treats the whole family, and he teaches us all, you know, what not to do. Like, don't go get, let's say an example, a mammogram, because it causes radiation. He's got a machine that he puts on you, and he'll tell you exactly what's going on with you, and he'll tell you what to take. That's homeopathic.
Right.
You know,
Without
so those are just things that, you know, I'm passionate about, because I see that my son's healing and getting better. And then I'm a believer because I've seen it with my own eyes. And then I've seen how I feel and the people around me, that I'm like, how can I not want to help other people feel better?
Yeah, you haven't just changed your family, you've changed a lot of us around you too. We need to get Fernanda with it.
Yes, Fernanda.
Fernie, you need to get with it. No more tacos.
Exactly.
Okay, so do you have any questions?
There was one. It said why the people think the beverage made with almond, coconut, flaxseed are milk. The only milk is from cows. If you agree with me.
Oh, she's talking about because she thinks that milk can only. Well, there's different kinds of milk.
Well, cow's milk, if you're asking what the difference is, cow's milk is hard on the intestinal tract versus goat milk. So like in Europe, when the mothers wean their children off the breast milk, they start giving them goat's milk because it's very close to the maternal milk. So like when you have a baby, it's not a good idea to give them any kind of formula because it's so full of toxins. If she's talking about almond milk and coconut milk, you can make that yourself instead of buying it. Flaxseed is amazing, but it can cause a congestion in your intestines when it's put together because it kind of mushes and it can clog you up. So you have to be really careful the way you mix things. Hopefully that answered the question.
Let's do a detox, all of us.
Yeah. What is your take on LD's products?
LDs, how do you, like?
ALDI.
So I don't believe in a lot of products because I feel that products are made with a lot of ingredients and sometimes it's not real. I don't really believe a lot in US products. I'm more into like products that are like from Europe, let's say. There is the doctors that I work with, they have their own lines from Europe. You can go in there and check out like aminos. You know,
Okay.
My son's on the ketogenic diet. I'm not on it. My husband and my son are. And the ketogenic diet is something that helps kill the bacteria.
Remember, I was asking you because my friend sells those products. Carmen Haro, I know you're watching. So I told her, like, yeah, she gave me really good, references about your product. But I go, I'm not ready. I need to clean myself first.
Yeah, I think, you have to really research the product and see what is it that it's going to give you and then check what's in it.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. Always read it. And then whoever's trying to sell it to you, really sit down with that person and do your own research, reviews, going into the internet's really important. And then you'll see like what the intake is. Like the aminos that we buy in Germany are like 99% pure versus the ones in the United States are like 35% pure. And I didn't even know that. And I was like, wow, why is that?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things you have to do.
We're moved by money here in the U.S.
We
I
are.
think.
We really are. It's kind of sad, but it is.
Well, if you have a child with autism, I think you would love to connect with Stephanie on her blog, and it's called jovansjourney.com. And how long have you had that?
I put it up when I went to Autism One this year, so like 5 months.
5 months. Oh, wow. Wow, it's pretty new, and you have so much information in there. I thought you had it for years.
No, I had all that information. Everybody would ask me so many questions that I started putting it together.
How do you do all that? Because like you're helping all these people with those government loans, and then you have your kid, and then you're like putting all this information. It's a lot of information that you're typing. It's not like you're cutting and pasting. You're actually typing.
I have a great team. I have Jennifer that helps me put all my thoughts together, and my husband, who is Mr. Mom, Mr. Perfect. Like he does everything with our kids. He's just, he's on it, and he's probably stricter than I am.
Right.
So if I'm slacking off, he's like, move it, and I've always had all this stuff in my head that I started putting it together. And when I spoke at the Autism One conference this year with the doctors, a lot of mothers came to me and asked me for help. So it was really overwhelming, and I was thinking about doing the blog before that. So I just wanted to help other mothers know that there is a way to heal our bodies, and it's just not autism.
And that they're not alone.
No.
Because sometimes I think people hide it. They don't know. They think it's something bad.
Or they're ashamed, or they want to say he's not autistic. It's like, no, you want to help them when they're early, and the earlier they are, and the younger they are, the faster you can recuperate them and get them healthier.
So does your husband stay with him?
Oh yeah, my husband stays with both our boys.
Oh, okay.
So he's got therapies all day.
He has a tough job that doesn't get paid for.
Yeah, he does. He does, but he's amazing at it. So
then
blessed.
your loan business is what supports the whole family.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Loans, guys.
I work a lot.
Do you have that? Perfect. Dang, a lot of participants. So these are people that made a comment on the show today, and you're gonna pull one out. We're gonna have a Starbucks gift card for you guys. Do you have any specials on your loans for our viewers today?
Well, I was thinking about this. I mean, anybody that wants information on the first-time home buyer programs or like the city loans, I am approved with the city of Chula Vista, the county of San Diego, city of San Diego, Los Angeles County, Riverside, San Marcos, and Escondido, and with Cali Chife. So anybody that calls us in, the first loan will be for free.
Wow.
So
thank you. That's great. Okay, so then where can they reach you at? I know that Jennifer, I think, has been answering all the questions on the blog. So Jennifer, if you can put her information there, her email, phone number, so that way they can get in touch with her, and then I'll add it on the top.
Perfect.
Yeah, she's great. I like her already.
She's on it.
She's like Claudia, always on it, a step ahead of me. Those are the best.
Yes.
So, and you also are having, because you do some classes for this program, right?
Yes.
And you're having one. This one is more for realtors. If you're a realtor and you have clients that I think can benefit from this program, you're having one.
November 17th at the PSAR from 11 to 1, and then we're going to have one in East County in December. I don't think we have the date just yet. I think Jennifer has that.
Okay.
We're putting that one together too.
Alrighty. So then you have this one for realtors, and then later you're going to do one public for all the clients as well.
Yes, I have a lot of clients that have family members that want to know and they want to get educated. So we'll be talking to them about how they can take that one. There's an 8-hour class that you have to take where you educate yourself, the clients, and they know exactly, what they're doing.
Right.
And there's other programs that can be layered on top of this program. Another program called Lift that a lot of people don't know about, which is it will match the deposit you gave. So an example, if you gave a $2,501 deposit, they will automatically grant you $6,000.
What?
And it's forgiven after 3 years. So I will layer that with a 17% down county loan, $10,000 grant for closing costs, your first loan. So like an example, if you bought something for $435,000 and you put an MCC credit on that, it's an IRS credit, your payment, an example, depending on the client's credit and everything, I can't quote it, because I don't know who's going to try to get that loan with me, but an example of what I see is a payment of, let's say, $1,875, $1,900.
Oh my God, that's less than a rent for a house that size.
Taxes, insurance, everything included. You know, I have families sometimes that don't believe it, you know, and they're like, I can't believe my payments is slow. Obviously, income limits, family size, all of that's really important. They are difficult loans, you know, it's not something
a lot of paperwork, right?
You know, that's easy, but it's so worth it because the family gets to own their home.
Right. So get in touch with Stephanie if you guys want to pre-qualify yourselves to see. And if you already have a realtor, bring your realtor. Invite the realtor to the class, and then you can come with that realtor to the class. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. Oh my God, this is so much information. Hopefully, you guys got as much as I did. This was very interesting, and because this is something that I'm doing, this really helps. And I'm glad Adrian is here to hear, because I'm always telling him. Now he heard it from someone else. So, anything else you want to add?
Just, you know, watch what you eat because you are what you eat.
Yes.
You know.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Oh.
The raffle.
Oh! Yes, sorry, guys. I know you guys are waiting for that.
So pull one out?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, Claudia.
Erica Langford.
Erica! Yay! She's a realtor with Foster Hamilton, I think?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe you can come to the class. So we'll get the name. Jennifer, get the name.
She said, great show.
Great. Alrighty, we'll get you your Starbucks. You have to come and pick it up so we can see you because we haven't seen you in a while. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Until the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.